Hello and welcome back everybody to the 6th episode of our still unnamed survival series. We are going to be tackling some farms today, primarily a melon and pumpkin farm. We just we need one of those. That's all I got planned for today. I'm thinking we could just demolish that farm right there and then put a little building right there. I mean, that wouldn't look too bad. I mean, we could move our cows and stuff and put it right on the top of this little hill here. I really just don't know where to put this thing. I don't want to put it right over there because I've got some other plans for that. I mean, we could put it right here. We could demolish that house and put it right there. That's not a bad idea. In fact, let's do that. All right, awesome. So we have that torn down, and this is going to be the place for our melon and pumpkin farm. I'm not entirely sure how big this is actually going to be. I've never made one before. I just kind of wanted one because, well, I'm going to start using the melons over there as a decorative block, and I thought it would be kind of nice to have a few to play around with. So we are going to build the melon and pumpkin farm up first, and then kind of put a shell around it, if that makes sense. And then that'll be our final product. So we're just going to hop right into that now. We're just going to get all the materials for it and build it up. Alright, so here we are in my redstone testing world. We're just going to, showcase this little melon and pumpkin farm design and then go ahead and build it. It's definitely not very efficient. It could be better. Could be a little bit bigger too. But I think this is what we're actually going to go with. It's not bad. It's really not the best. It's a little wide for what it gets. So it's definitely not the most efficient design out there, but it's mine, so we're going to use it. It does pretty well, I think. I'm going to try and make it a little bit bigger than the one inside of the creative test world. I'm thinking 16 by 16, but that might be too big. Just with some quick math, it'll be around 250 area. And what is that? What is that divided by 2? 256, 128, I think, around there. Let's just say 128 observers and 128 pistons to actually make a 16 by 16 area. I don't think we quite have the resources for that yet. That's kind of expensive in observers. So maybe we're just going to do like a 16 by 8. That's twice the size of the one inside of the creative test world. And then that's twice the output. So I think we're going to do that. That seems about right. So we're going to grab, I don't know, something. Alrighty, so we've grabbed a bit of birch wood. I think we're going to start off with this to build it, actually, and like make the frame and stuff. This is where our rails are going to sit. So let's just go ahead and mark it out just like that. So we're going to go out 8 this way. Alright, 8, and now maybe we won't have it like that. I think we're actually going to go out 4 more in this direction. Alright, so now that we've got this filled in, we are going to take these levers right here and just put them all across the bottom. This is a cost-effective way of getting powered rails to actually be powered from the underside of blocks. Normally you would use redstone blocks, but since we're in the beginning of this world here, we're just going to go with levers here. Alright, so now that we have all the levers turned on and on the bottom of that, we are going to go take our rails and start our rail cart system. So the idea is we want this side to be the start of that rail system. So we're going to have 3 there. This is going to be our turnaround point now. So we're going to continually place rails all the way down till we get to about here. So our power is right here. So we're only going to place 1 rail 2 rails, turn around, another powered rail, and then all the way down. Alright, so now that we have our rail cart system laid down, we're gonna just test it, make sure everything actually works right, and then see from there. Alright, so now we're gonna be building up our little minecart unloader here. So we've got 3 coming out this way. I think that'll work out just fine. We are actually going to replace these right here with powered rails, and then this one with a detector rail. So we're going to come out just like that. We're actually going to place a hopper facing downwards, just like that. And then we're going to be placing another block right there. We're going to be breaking those. Those were just temporary. And another one right there. This one was also temporary. And now we're going to be grabbing our comparator, 6 piston, and our repeaters here. Redstone torch. Yep. We're going to grab one of those too. We are going to be placing a redstone torch right there. Then our sticky piston right there. A solid block right there. We're going to be jumping back up here. Filling this in. We're going to be putting a comparator right there. A repeater right there. A block right there. A repeater right there. And then some redstone dust. Oh, that's where it's getting power from. I lied. We're going to place the repeater right there, and then the redstone dust there. That makes more sense. Now we're going to test that. There we go. That might help a little bit. On this world, it's just going to be 2 ticks and then 3 ticks. Alright, so now that this is actually, well, working, we're going to do a little bit of preparation here. So we're going to go out just like that, and then we are going to squat place this hopper right there facing that one. So now that we have this place, the minecart is all situated, it's 8 wide. We're going to put stairs all along both sides facing inwards, and then we're going to waterlog them. We need all the dirt that's going to be right at this stair level to be saturated. We're using the dark oak stairs just because I'm not sure if this is going to be shown on the outside, and I would like it just to have that darker color just in case it is. Alright, so we have both sides of these stairs right here, and now what we're going to need to do is place pistons facing downwards just like that all along that layer. The only way that we can do that is, well, putting them down before we put the dirt in. Alright, so let's just fill in this dirt here. I may have just figured out a fault in my plan. I don't have pumpkin seeds. That's kind of a key element in melon and pumpkin farms. Alright, so I've just checked around the base here, and it's true. We have no pumpkin seeds. I could have swore we did, but we don't. So I'm just gonna wait for wandering traders to spawn, and, well, I'll see you back here when we get some. Alright, so I turned those pumpkins into pumpkin seeds, and we're just gonna try and grow those real quick so we can get just, well, a lot of pumpkins to make a lot of pumpkin seeds, because we're gonna need quite a few. And what we're gonna be doing with these seeds is, well, I mean, they're seeds. We're gonna be planting them. So we're just gonna go along these empty spaces in here and hoe out all of them. Alright, so everything has been hoed and is ready to plant. So we're going to be placing all of these alternating in the crop. So we're going to be going pumpkin, watermelon, all at different angles. Just so the stems, when they are in fact planted, don't connect. Alright, everything is planted. We really only needed like a half a stack of each thing. Hey, that's not right. Why are you like that? What are you? You are pumpkin. I'm gonna go up here and, well, fill in the gaps with observers. So we want them facing downwards to detect the change of the plant, and then send a redstone input directly up. I wonder why some of these are breaking and some of them aren't. Seems a little odd. Alright, so we still want some light shining on this. So we're going to put this solid block right on top of the observers. Alright. So as you can see, I ran out of glowstone. That should be fine. It's gonna bug me if I remember it's there, but I don't think I'm gonna remember it's there. So now that we have this glowstone placed, we're just gonna be placing this redstone dust right in between every other piece of glowstone. That should be it. We should have a finished melon and pumpkin farm. Alright, well, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I totally forgot that glowstone was considered a transparent block and it could not transmit redstone signal. So I replaced all the glowstone on the top with cobblestone and then just put a line around it to keep the light. So we are actually getting some growths now, which is awesome. We got that's actually quite a bit. So now what we're gonna do is just put a small little item sorter right here. Just right there. Maybe a little bit of a gap, but right there. Alright, so this is going to be the starter for our little item sorter. This is where we want our two different items to be filtered through. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take these hoppers and we're going to squat place all the way right there, connecting just like that. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to place these two comparators right there. And we're going to squat place two more hoppers right on the backs of these chests. And then squat place two more hoppers facing into the comparators. So now these are those are our filters. That's where we're going to select what item is pulled out and what isn't. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to take our shovel and we're going to dig out directly below that. And now we're going to place just like that, and then dig out two just like that. So these ones right here, these were actually just a measure. So now we're going to place these two comparators right here, and then we're going to put those back. Now we're going to take two of these redstone torches and place them directly in the front of this dirt block. And that's pretty much it now. Looks like we got some stuff inside of that one. That's fine. Now we're going to take this redstone right there. We're going to place just like that. So now that should lock these hoppers. So now what we're going to do is take, let's do pumpkins first. We're going to take those pumpkins, see how they're not flowing out. That's because this hopper is locked now. Now we're going to take this netherrack and fill it just like that. We're going to take these pumpkins I'm sorry, those are watermelons. I don't know what I'm thinking. We're gonna do just like that. And we should stop at 41. Fantastic. So now we've got this side pumpkins and this side watermelon. Unfortunately, we are gonna have to wait until that hits 41, but that shouldn't take too long. That's our item sorter. Well, that is our finished melon and pumpkin farm. Now what's next is we're gonna put a shell directly around that. And we're probably gonna put an offset door just so we can actually walk in and, well, collect our melon and pumpkins. So I've been thinking about designs for this little building, and I ended up changing the way the item filter pushes the items forward. So now we have pumpkins right here, and then watermelons right here, and then just a general storage chest for seeds and whatnot. I think I like the look of that a little bit better than the way that we had it before. That way everything can just be facing forward. There's no reason to have an entrance into the building, and it's just walk up, grab what you need, and leave. I think I like that a little bit better than what we were doing before. But I'm just going to generally skip the process of building this. I mean, it's not going to be anything too fancy, just like a little shell. Make it look semi-decent. So, I'll catch you back when that's done. Alright, just to check in with the progress of this build, I'm doing a little bit of, for lack of a better word, experimental builds, or building. I'm doing something kind of funky with the stairs and trapdoors here. It's not bad. It's a little odd. I think we're going to keep it. I think it more resembles a boat than a building, which I'm going to keep that in mind definitely, but seems a little odd. I'm also thinking that on this little top layer here, I could put the villagers, like the librarian ones, and then have a little bit of a small trading hall going for the time being. I think that that might be acceptable. So I decided that I would put the librarian villagers up there, along with the farmer ones, I think. So I put this track down. It's going in both directions from that thing over there, and then to our whatchamacallit, librarian island. Well, I've been kind of busy. I got a few more librarians than what we had before. The list of all our enchantments will just be displayed on screen right there. And all of our farmers are up here too. All of these farmers, they sell golden carrots. So once we get a steady income of emeralds, we'll be moving to golden carrots as our food source. And well, we've got a few more books to get, and then we're gonna start moving to things like armor, tools, and glass. I want to get some villagers that actually sell glass. I don't want to tear up this desert that's really close by, and I would just rather purchase the glass. So we might do that instead. We are going to do that instead. So we're going to get some villagers that sell glass, and maybe a few more things. As you may notice, there is no roof on here yet. So I plan on making that out of hay bales, but we don't really have enough hay yet. So I am going to do some work around here, maybe get some more librarian villagers, and just wait for that wheat to grow and spend my time doing something productive. So now that we have a majority of all the villagers we could want or need, we're just gonna farm up some emeralds real quick with this melon and pumpkin farm, sell them to those farmers over there, get a bunch of emeralds, and pretty much just get some pretty good tools. That's the end goal here. Well, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but that's kind of what I came up with. It's got a little bit of a little awning right there and a bit of a deck, which I kind of like. So it's the melon and pumpkin farm is pretty much all contained in the area where there's stone and andesite. And then up at the top is going to be a little storage area. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's looking kind of good. I am kind of satisfied, kind of not. It's very odd looking. I think it kind of looks like a train. I'm not entirely satisfied. This might be one of the builds that we take down later on. We might not. So I've built this little room. We're going to call it a micro trading hall. This is exclusively for farmers. It's directly underneath my melon and pumpkin farm. So this will serve as our AFK point too. So I'm just going to AFK here a bit and continuously trade melon and pumpkins with these farmers until I can get enough emeralds to buy some books from our librarians that are up there. Well, I've been doing a little bit more with these villagers, and well, we have pretty much all of them. We've got enough to make some good armor, some good tools, and honestly, that's really all we need. Good armor, good tools. Well, I left the door open on my little villager trading hall with the farmers, and well, they're now zombies, so I had to put them down. Um, so we're just gonna go get some more farmer villagers. It's not that hard. We've got a breeder like right over there. I would have cured him, but we don't really have blaze powder to spare right now. Well, on that more depressing note, I think that we are gonna call that an episode for today. Next episode, these villagers will be back, so we'll see you next time. Well, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you. And if you have any constructive criticism or tips and tricks on really anything, put it down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.